A single tear trickles down the woman's cheek and gently drips onto the table. A nearby fly notices this and immediately flies over. It then uses its leg to nip into the teardrop and writes its own name on the tabletop. Seeing this bizarre scene, the woman is left completely dumbfounded because the 4 characters the fly wrote turn out to be the name of her late boyfriend. To verify her intuition, she tentatively reaches out her hand. Unexpectedly, the fly crawls directly onto her palm. The woman softly asks if it is her deceased boyfriend. The fly immediately nods its head. She then asks if his death was an accident. The fly slowly shakes its head. It then flies over to a nearby magazine and points at the portrait of a tycoon, signaling to the woman that it was the tycoon who killed him. Subsequently, it uses red pigment to draw a red line across the neck of the tycoon's portrait. The woman instantly understands its intent. It wants to seek revenge for itself. To help her boyfriend complete his revenge plan, the woman helps the fly train its arm strength using a lamp wick and uses a cassette tape as its treadmill to strengthen its stamina. But just as the fly locates the killer and prepares for revenge, it is sprayed with insecticide until it loses consciousness. To help the fly withstand the toxicity of the insecticide, the woman crafts and installs a mini gas mask for it. She also fixes sharp iron hooks onto its legs and uses a toothpick to assist it in high-intensity special training. After 49 days of grueling practice, the fly finally becomes immensely brave and combat ready. From then on, no matter where the killer hides, he cannot escape the fly's ambushes and surprise attacks. Even the tea the killer drinks daily is secretly poisoned by the fly. Day after day of torture drives the killer to a total mental breakdown, ultimately turning him into a lunatic. Thus, the fly's revenge plan is successfully completed. The little boy told a lie, never expecting his nose to start growing in a bizarre fashion. Within mere seconds, it had elongated into a long stick. Only after the boy promised never to lie again did his sister open the window and summon woodpeckers to help fix his nose. Fortunately, honest people need not worry about such things. You see, not long before this, the boy had been nothing more than a moving piece of wood. An old carpenter had stumbled upon him and worked through the night to carve him into the likeness of a human. Yet as he reached out to touch his masterpiece, he discovered that the puppet seemed to have a heartbeat. In disbelief, he leaned in close to listen. Sure enough, he heard a distinct time thump time sound. The old carpenter hurriedly carved a mouth and eyes for the puppet, only to be startled when it suddenly spoke up and called him Papa. The old carpenter was taken aback, but the puppet called out, Papa, once more. Only then did the carpenter believe his eyes and ears. Having never been a father in his life, he was overjoyed. Upon returning home, he tore up a bedsheet to fashion a new outfit for his puppet son. He then carefully set about teaching the boy to walk, only to find that the puppet had already mastered it on his own. The moment the old carpenter turned around, he discovered his puppet son had already run outside. The elderly carpenter couldn't catch up no matter how hard he tried. He could only watch helplessly as the boy vanished from sight. Little did he know, the puppet had been chased by a pair of huskies. Terrified, he fled back home, sat by the stove to warm himself, soon drifting into a deep sleep. When the old carpenter returned and knocked on the door, the puppet tried to stand up, but fell heavily to the floor. It turned out his legs had been badly damaged by the heat of the stove. Fortunately, the old carpenter was a skilled craftsman and carved him a new pair of legs.